The light is within us. The light surrounds us. The light protects us. That's basically it. The key to the decor. I was inspired by so many things, you know. Once when I was 8, I guess, my aunt took a trip to Austria. She brought me back this coffee cup from the museum. See, that's the kiss painting on the side. The painting was such a symbol to me, you know, like a symbol of stability. My aunt was like that, I guess. A symbol. But anyway, what are you?
I'm just getting some cutaways for the interview, to cut into the interview. I pass by this place all the time. It's on my way when I'm out and about.
Well, stop by. When this is all over, I'll treat you.
Will do.
Thank you for asking to do this story about me in this place.
Human interest. We need more of that, because, well, not much is happening to regular folks these days.
True. And I guess I am that. Regular.
None of this is regular. Nothing is regular these days, you know?
Yeah.
Keep talking. I'm checking some sound levels. I won't need additional light. It's pretty bright in here.
I love light. The idea of light, and actual light, of course. I mean, who wants to go to a dark cafe? It glistens, even now. You know, I never thought I'd have a place like this. But sometimes mystical things happen and things are joined together. And I was joined with this little storefront. Sometimes we're united with things and people. And maybe that's when we grow. I don't know. Can you cut that part out?
No worries. Keep talking.
So this is it, my little space. We were open for about 2 years, and then the pandemic struck, and things started to shut down. I miss the regulars. So many regulars used to come here, even though it's small, you know? I think it was like a neighborhood nest for some people, like an escape from pressures, prejudice. But anyway, during the early months when we were still trying to understand what was going on, I was open. I was serving and I was listening. So much fear and panic. I guess that's the best word for it, panic. I mean, me too, I had panic. But I think mine was more like feeling distraught. Either one. I felt like my chest was a cave. Like water was rushing in, like I was gonna drown. My head felt kind of wobbly. And in the background I could hear words being said that I knew I should know the meaning of, but I didn't. Words like fiduciary and soft and nice. Words that always show up as misspelled even when they aren't. But anyway, that's panic. Like, I'm here, but not actually here. Distant. But anyway, I don't plan these attacks, they just sort of happen like a hiccup. Woo! Too much information. Are you ready?
Almost. Just checking your level.
I miss this place. What am I saying? I come here every day. I come here, make a cup of fancy coffee for myself, and I just sit here. Even when I know that no one else is allowed or should show up. Where else would I go, right?
Okay, now give me some background.
Okay, so my cousin won the Powerball back in 2018, and she gave me a check for $250,000 and told me not to call this place the Mustard Seed. But I didn't listen, which is good, I think. It's the perfect name for a small place. You can come here, have a little meltdown while you're chomping on a tuna melt. I'm sorry. I'm not good at interviews. Can you cut that part out?
You're fine. Tell me about making coffee for the hospital workers.
Okay, so when I took the coffee up the street to the hospital workers, I didn't know I was going to be asked to do this interview. But anyway, I wanted them to have something fresh and to know that somebody cared about them. And I saw their eyes behind their masks. They were smiling. That was good to see. I mean, for me too. The smiles, at least in the eyes. I was so glad that I could share with them and see them and love them. We're so scattered and separated these days, and we need to be together, at least in spirit. So, this is my mustard seed, my cafe, my home base, my refuge. Mustard is an ancient spice. Yeah, you're probably thinking that I called it that because of the Bible reference, but that's not the whole story. The mustard seed is made of 3 different plants: a black mustard, a brown mustard, and a white mustard. And when you take these tiny seeds and you grind them up together, you get the yellow mustard that we squeeze out on our hot dogs. This is the mustard seed prepared. It's the word we see on the label, prepared mustard. So, we can be prepared. We can be ground up together and transformed. Prepared for what comes next, And there are great parables from the Bible, but also Hinduism and Buddha on the mustard seed, because it's so tiny and small, but I'll let you research that. And the Jews and Muslims also have sacred texts about the mustard seed. It's a symbol of humility. I learned that from a college discussion when a student brought up his faith. That student, I liked the idea of something small growing into something powerful and useful. And even though the student was using the mustard seed for, I did my own thinking, and I thought a lot about the importance of small things. When my cousin Cheryl won the lottery, it was surreal. I mean, she didn't win hundreds of millions, only a few, which is funny to say. She opened a bait shop and sells fishing supplies, and I opened this cafe. We both have our businesses. We both exist and thrive and welcome people. Or at least we did. But now that we've reached a new day, I think that even though it's such a cliche, if we keep on acknowledging the light within ourselves and doing our best to see the light in others, we'll be okay. When the time is right, I'll serve people again. When it's safer, I will never, ever take washing coffee cups for granted again. And I'm glad that today, at the end of the day, I'll be washing 2 coffee cups. Keep the faith, The mustard seed will be open, always open. Are we good? Did you get everything you needed?
Yes. But only for today. The light's within us, the light surrounds us, and the light protects us.